Bless up, mommy. That's what is his name? Lincoln.
That's 2 of our nursing students that will be our next graduating group. And they are serving as ushers for this event. Last but not least, our 12 graduating students. We want to thank you for your motivation and dedication in overcoming many obstacles to successfully complete this program. You're certainly to be commended for this great achievement. The time and rigors of nursing school produce a group of individuals that have become a family in and of themselves in many aspects. They spend so much time together and they support each other through good times and bad times. They develop bonds of friendship and it lasts a lifetime. So at this time, I'd like to introduce one of the graduating students that will reflect on the time they've had during this program. So we want to welcome Rayana Sukadana. I hope I didn't butcher your name. You could come here. I want to scoop this over.
Sukadana. It was a good effort. It's been a struggle for the past 18 months.
Closer.
It's been a struggle for the past 18 months for everybody to get my name right. But I'm happy that we got there. But I was wanting to talk. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the ladies up here with me. I'm trying my best to speak up loud enough for everybody to hear me, okay? If I'm not loud enough, let me know. I wanted to say, first off, that we are a group of overcomers. We have overcome so many obstacles that have come our way since starting this journey into the nursing program throughout the end. And think about that for a second. Think about everything that we have gone through. We all started out our nursing programs. Everything was, it's just awesome, great opportunity, everything's happening great, everything's going great. And then COVID comes. Oh, everything's shut down, but we're going virtual. Thank God we're still continuing our education. We've managed to work around COVID. We've managed to do our best to stay as healthy as possible, not only for ourselves and our families, but for each other. And when one went down, lots of prayers went up. And I'm so happy to say that throughout my time here, that we have grown as a group, as a class, and started out, like my class person started out with 7, and then we ended with 12. So it's fantastic. I'm very thankful for that. I'm going to go ahead and say a few things to you all. We have not subjected ourselves to weakness, as we all worked hard to get here. We did not give up. We have all gone home in tears or drove with the music off all the way home from class, wondering, how did I do on that exam? How can I get this grade up? What am I going to do? You know, everything's running through your head the whole way home. Some of us just had a short drive. Some of us had a real long one. But we've all been there. But we overcame that. I'm sure that we've all had our thoughts of quitting at some point. But we did not let these thoughts resonate in our minds and hearts. We want to have a hand in saving lives, making a difference to people, and comforting the sick. And the wildest thing about these thoughts and dreams of ours to become a nurse, we know it was not going to be easy. But we wanted to do this with all of our hearts. This is extraordinary. We are a rare breed. This could explain why there's a shortage of nurses today. Because it's not for everyone. And what we've been able to see firsthand, that this is not for everyone. I'm very thankful to say that amongst this crowd of the 12 of us, ladies, we're meant for this. Okay? We can do it. And we will. I want to ask my classmates about the time that they can reflect in their life when they decided that they wanted to become a nurse. Think about that. From getting to know these women, I know that salary is not the only reason why they wanted to pursue nursing. We stuck around this long in nursing school, we know it's not going to be easy, right? Now think about that time. Were you in high school when you decided it? Were you a little girl? Were you in college, pursuing another career? Or were you working in another job and just thinking, my life can be better than this. I deserve to do more for other people. There's something that has triggered in our hearts and in our minds to pursue nursing school and become a nurse, right? Think about that excitement and what you wanted to do with that and take that with you. Even into our first days of work as a nurse when we're in. Always, even until successfully getting an IV and celebrate it. You see comfort on the patient's face, celebrate it. Remember that initial spark in your heart. Okay, I want to quickly share a moment what made me decide to pursue nursing. I grew up in a family with a lot of nurses. They were heavy in the nursing profession. I grew up with my mom working night shift around 22 years. She raised me and my brother 22 years working night shift as a CNA. Sleepless, but she did it for us. My brother, he pursued nursing. And at this time I was studying at MSU when he was in nursing school in Prestonsburg. He kept trying to talk me into changing my major. That, that's not going to do much. You need to look at what you would be good at. I think you'd be great at nursing. My mom and dad said, you need to go into nursing. I'm like, I don't want to. You know why? It's because I didn't want to be like them. I didn't want to think and let them choose my path. So I went into psychology. And I did a lot of other wild things in my life, traveling the world, and I always had a spark for wanting to help people and make people's lives better. I remember working with an orphanage in Uruguay when I was on cruise ships, establishing, getting clothing and bedding and stuff to the kids in the orphanage. We worked together on the ship and created this whole big plan that we were going to do, and it was successful. And I'm like, there's so much more is missing that I wanted to do, and I just could not put my tongue or finger on it. I just could not figure it out. So I started working in counseling. I did that for 9 years. 9 years. I love helping people. I still have a good relationship. I was a student counselor in behavioral health. I still keep in great contact with my students. They still message me for advice. They always thank me. But it was then, at that time, that I realized if I had a chance to do it over, pursue nursing. I was already in my 30s. And this is where this is emotional for me, as you can tell. I'm so sorry. If I can see. I remember sitting on the floor with my son, Aiden. Brandon wasn't born yet. And I was watching, just listening to things. And I was really interested in the CNN Hero of the Year. It was in 2011. The lady that won broke her mission just broke my heart, and it made me realize I want to do more for the people in my area, and also to be able to help people in Indonesia. And that was Robin Lim. Y'all can Google her. She's awesome. She has an organization in Bukit Sahat in Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. And let me tell you, she's been like a mentor to me this whole time. Always checking on me. Get to meet her in person. And it was just like, it was perfect. and she's always motivating me to not give up. You've got kids, they're watching you. And it's something we all got to realize too, no matter who it is, even if you don't have children, don't have them yet, there's always somebody watching. They're watching you to do a good job, to be an example for them. And although my brother was a great example, because he was very successful, and Robin was the one who put it in my heart. And I'm forever grateful for that moment of sitting on the floor and that hitting me like it did. And of course I got the whole, you can't quit your job. You've got a family to take care of. You can't quit that to do nursing. You're stuck now, from my parents. But I always pray for a way. And the way wasn't always easy, but it came. I remember that when you started nursing school, right? It wasn't easy. It's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this is serious. These are people's lives, right? And the stress started. And that's when you see a lot of the class start weeding out, right? This is where I get to this next page. You didn't let anything weed you out. Some of us, either it was another program that we had to start, or if we had to repeat a term. We did not let it stop us. And for that, you need to be extremely proud of yourself for what you did. Alright? Didn't that make you feel good? Right? It's making me ecstatic right now. I can't stand it. So, it's like we are all mothers, daughters, grandmothers, girlfriends, fur moms. It can be anything you can imagine. And managed to overcome the hard work involved with following these titles, with holding down a job and keeping a house, caring for family, and trying to hold down a normal life while we're in nursing school. While we just pushed along, it was hard. We're wondering, how can you keep on doing this? You feel guilty because you're missing out on normal life. You're missing out on family get-togethers. You're missing out on your children growing up. And I know that there's been so many get-togethers that I've missed because I've had to work or I had to study. But we had to do what we had to do, right? Because that family, they're counting on you. Lord, we've had so much happen. I know for one, I'll have to say, my friend Rebecca, you had a baby in nursing school and acted like it was nothing. I mean, you kept it going. You kept me going. I don't know what I would have done without you keeping track of everything for us. Right? I mean, she acted like it was just effortless. Yeah, I'm about 9 months pregnant. Let's go clinicals. She did it, and I just think that was unbelievable. We've all had crises in our families too throughout the time, and it hasn't always been easy because you've been torn. You've had to be a student, you have to be a mother, or a wife, or a girlfriend, or grandmother, and still have to hold everything together. And I'm very proud of us for making it this far. And I will also mention, as I close, that we have made it through the most unprecedented times in our lives while in nursing school. Although it is not over, COVID could not stop us, as I mentioned. We are blessed to have been able to have this experience that we've had, that many other schools did not get the luxury of doing so. Our instructors did their best to make sure that our education was beneficial and that we could, even though we could not be in person due to closures of the schools and limitations with CDC guidelines and hospital recommendation that we not come. You all still continued to figure a way to make it helpful for us to learn. And as we sit and stand here today, that for our pending ceremony, we're very thankful. So thank you. That's another thing about overcoming is we adapted to learning under these circumstances and challenges. And it's been a challenge. So you all became overcomers too in the meantime. So needless to say, pandemics, ice storms, shutdowns, stress of life that could not hold us back. We did it. Soon we will have RN behind our names. Can you believe that? Like, we made it. We made it. Now think for a second, when you took that last exam, how did you feel when you passed? You remember the emotion? And it was just like, I can't believe it. Like, this is really, we really did it. Like, it's over. Oh my gosh, what's next? Yeah. And then now everything else just starts stirring up, and you're like, oh, what's the next step? But you know what? As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I hope and pray that everybody continues to live their dream. It's not going to always be awesome. I know. We all know that. But may we all have confidence when we enter a room and working with new nurses that we don't know, we get to know. And always find a place in our heart to welcome more people into it. Thank you.
If this one stays here.
Brianna is being pinned by her husband, Juan, and 2 sons, Aiden and Vanna. I could not accomplish this goal without the support of my family. Thank you for always taking care of the house and kids while I work, completed hours, and at the hospital, and studied on your time off. Thank you to my 2 boys who always encouraged me and told me how proud they were for me working so hard. I am incredibly grateful to my parents who have helped raise our boys while I have been in school and worked long hours while my husband worked. I am thankful for my brother Billy, who has always encouraged and motivated me to pursue my nursing goal. These are the reasons I am who I am today. I love you all so very much. I am so thankful for everyone who has prayed for me, encouraged me, and helped me in getting here today. I am also thankful for the staff here at A&U, who was always there for me and welcomed me with open arms. Lastly, I am praising God for His guidance in this journey, as it has been a long one for me, and to give me faith to never give up, even after illnesses and things falling through in another program. I am truly blessed.